Sri Namaha. Hari Om. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Page number 68. I am trying to do that as much as possible, and if you also pick up the habit, you would lessen my burden that much. For cleansing our minds, to bear the brunt of the efforts of our past sins, to guard against adding our debit balance of sins, every one of us should be resorting to the habit of dhyana as far as possible. If our resolve is firm, we can always find time for this. Think of how much time is spent by us in conversations, gossips, and reading newspapers. To this list, we should now add in reading fiction, watching cinema and television serials, watching sport instead of physically participating, talking on cell phones, and skimming internet. So it all means that if there is will, there is way to find time for dhyana. Please note that meditation is a noun and not a verb. So meditation, also known as dhyana, is not to do anything but be still and still the mind. Dhyana should be considered as the most important task or even the very purpose of existence. Whether rich or poor, hale and healthy, or sick and weak, every day as much time as possible should be devoted to the practice of dhyana. In addition to our practicing dhyana, we should motivate others also to do so without being rude or lording over them, but by loving persuasion and personal example. Whether I make you all practice dhyana or not, to the extent that I have informed you of the orders of Adi Shankara to us to practice dhyana and motivate others to do so, I have done it at least a part of my duty. I have had the pleasure of conveying these orders, and you have had the pleasure of hearing the same. Because of you, I have been at least partially successful in doing my duties, and you have been lucky enough to hear about it, and thus we have both been mutually benefited. Please get this straight and deep in your hearts and reap the maximum benefits. When this lifetime comes to an end, you should be able to feel and tell yourself, thank God, we have been able to achieve the purpose of our coming in to being in this world, so that you may all be able to feel the sense of satisfaction and achievement. May God bless you all. We have committed many sins with a confused brain and convoluted mind in the past. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Rama 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 Rama.